Sagittarius, welcome to Pure Tarot. So nice to have you back. I'm doing your 2022 yearly predictions. We're going to look at the whole year. I'll be drawing one card per month with upright cards only. And then I'll be clarifying with the deck, both upright and reverse cards. So let's get set up. Most of the yearly readings have been quite long, obviously, so let us begin. January, the Two of Cups. February, the Six of Wands. March is the Seven of Wands. April is the Fool. May is the Page of Wands. June is the World. July is the Queen of Wands. August is the Ace of Pentacles. September is the Page of Cups. October is Temperance. November is the Two of Swords. And December is the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get some clarifiers right away. What a way to start the year. The Two of Cups. I mean, you know, it's already mid-month almost, so I wonder if you've already met your chosen one. Or simply, you know, are having, I don't know, some strong feelings towards somebody in particular. So it might be full-fledged, already established. You might already be in that connection, by the way. You could be living the life, you know, totally basking into this beautiful energy here. The clarifiers are saying something else, though. That's quite interesting. I'll get into it. I'll show you as soon as possible. I think I'm going to get all the shuffling out of the way, so bear with me. And then again, I don't want to make it too long, so. But it's like we have to get through this, right? We have to get the cards to do the reading, so. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. Okay, I think I have the exact amount of cards too. Ah, nice. I love the. It's happened right before, I think, for Scorpio. The right amount of cards fell to clarify. I love that. Okay. So back to this Two of Cups was clarified by the King of Cups in reverse. So interestingly, this is a strange vibe. This is I'm open, but I'm not. This is I'm in love, I'm not in love. Or unfortunately, it could also point to you being in love with someone that is not emotionally available. So this kind of you're not meshing with this person, or at least the person you're interested in, it's not reciprocal. Maybe it's one way of looking at it. It could also be that I'm going to say something really, really strange, but I think it's quite possible. I think that these emotions are overwhelming you, basically. I think it's a lot, right? And it might not be a comfortable feeling for you, actually. It could be that it's having you, you don't want to. Boats, you know, naturally will move like this on the water, right? Because of the movement of the water. And that's what it feels like. It feels like your emotions are going like this, right? They're being It's not huge extremes, but it does feel like it's making you unstable, sort of. But I really, the right emotion for this is overwhelming. That's what I get. Prince. That's what I. How do you say? That's the most prominent emotion. February is the Six of Wands, which was like so beautiful. It was like a triumph of this love. But it's clarified by the Seven of Swords. It's another energy. Look how you're shying away from this. Or the person you're interested in is totally shying away from you. They're running away. They're not interested. It's really weird. I mean, there's no other way to put it, except if I go on the storyline that you're overwhelmed. I don't know. It feels like you're lying to yourself about it. It's really weird. So this must be really, really strong, because I mean, you know, Two of Cups, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, and again a King of Swords to clarify the Seven of Wands. So imagine that, you know, it's also having you, how can I say this, like even mentally, like it's playing with your head. Or these are the two people in the relationship, the two kings, right? But then there's this Seven of Swords in between. So there's like a split. There's definitely mistrust, distrust between these two people. Both people are seeing each other in the worst light. And yet the base cards are really positive. Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands. It's like there's love. This was could have worked out or should have worked out. Seven of Wands here is more like again, like affirming your positions, like, you know. So another sort of logical progression from the Six into the Seven of Wands, because you reach triumph, victory, and then you consolidate. This is consolidation of your success, right? So it's really, really strange that the two kings are upside down, reversed, with the Seven of Swords in between. I'm gonna go on, but I have to admit, not an easy read for this, because I cannot even begin to think why. Well, actually, no, let me rephrase that. I did mention it. There's neither party trusts the other party. Both of you are running away from each other. Both of you are very pessimistic in your own right about the connection. Both of you are overwhelmed. Both of you are mentally stressed about it. really interesting. This is funny. This is, I mean, sometimes it's easier for me to get like an energy, okay, this is what's happening for you in January, because it's like they become like mini reads, you know, and you can follow per month kind of, okay, this is good, this will happen this month, etc. But here is it's I had the same thing happening for Taurus. Actually, it's funny, it became this whole storyline that couldn't really differentiate each month, right? So maybe it's a global theme for the year, or maybe eventually this story is one story that happens during the year for you. So just want to say that for you. So April is the Fool, clarified by the Page of Swords in reverse. We have the Page of Wands with the Ten of Wands in reverse. The World with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So it's really interesting. You have the Fool and the World sandwiching the Page of Wands, which could be you. It's a fire sign. I mean, it's Wands are fire, so you're Sag, you're fire. It's really interesting. It's like I'm trying to pick up on why you're being sandwiched between these two energies. It's like young and old. It's like new and something that starts, something that ends. It feels like a complete journey, right? The whole cycle is embodied here. So you go from, you know, like the whole tarot, basically the major arcana. So you start with the Fool, you end with the World. In both cases, mostly on the World, but I mean, here you start a journey, here you there's traveling, there's sort of it's really, really interesting. So let me look at the clarifiers. The Fool, clarified by the Page of Swords here. Another energy of mistrust, because as naive and enthusiastic as the Fool usually is, here he's being he's being held back because he's looking at the situation. Whatever he's seeing here that is obviously was difficult, was burdensome, it's not as much anymore. Like something alleviates, but it's still not comfortable. It's not a comfortable energy. It's almost like this Page of Wands here. How can I put it? It's almost like this page, he took one of these wands in his hand, right? So he alleviated the weight that was burdening this character, this protagonist here. So that's why it's an alleviation. So it's interesting because it's like you're coming to your own, like you're the one like alleviating your own weight, your own stress, your own baggage. That's so funny, because baggage, like luggage, like traveling, you know, it's a strange one. The Ace of Pentacles on the World, in reverse on the World here. It's funny because, again, you get an energy of ending a cycle, and typically the Ace would be to start something new, right? and it's in reverse, so it's like really the closing down of something that you had started. And I really want to believe that it's maybe tied in here to the relationship that we were looking at. I'm going to come back to May. I'm going to put the cards like this so that I can think about it, because not to forget. There's something unfinished here, and it's funny because I use the word unfinished, although the cards are showing that the cycle is ending. There's something else here. I'm going to go back to it. August is the Queen of Wands, clarified by the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? So it's funny. It's this same kind of always this energy of having the right tools. I feel like you have the right combination. You have the right you have what it takes to succeed, to make something work, to get it going, and each time you get a clarifier, like a whoop, whoop, whoop. What's that? You know, like womp, 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 like that. The energy of it's not working. Like a letdown. Huge letdown. Well, huge. It's not huge because it's a page, but this was huge here in June. Was a this is strange energy. I'll tell you why it's strange. It's because the Fool with the Page of Swords in reverse, the World with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Wands with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So each time there's like a beautiful energy, and then there's a clarifier, same as here, same thing. This is like this six times. It's like a contradictory energies on each month. Here, the funny one here is that this clarifier being in reverse becomes the only positive clarifier, quote unquote. And that's why I feel it's unfinished. There's something else to be said here. So I'm going to ask the cards. I feel there's something there. This is too many. It's intuitively, I don't know, I have no idea where I'm going with this. The Queen of Pentacles. You see, there's hope. There's like, I don't know how to say this. It's almost like, I get this energy of all is not lost. And the other reason I'm saying that is that because the cards are contradicting themselves, you can see, you can tell there's a really, really positive side, although there's a negative side. But it's not like double negatives, right? So it's not like, okay, this is really going sideways and it's really going down, like it's not working, or like like a dead stop. You know what I mean? Like a clear cut kind of. It's almost like two stories. It's almost like parallel lives. It's almost like, I don't know. It's so strange. Let me go on. I mean, we'll see. August is the Ace of Pentacles, which comes back with the Five of Wands. And let me give you another. So Page of Cups with the Ten of Swords. So here we're having a lot more. Well, no, I again, because the base cards are really positive. So another, I mean, the whole thing. It's I look here, I look here, I look here. I think December is the only month that's decent. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to say it that way. Not that it's not decent. It's just that is ultra positive, right? Let's go back to September here. Okay, so without going into if ever this was a love thing, and instead of going on the love story thread, this is your money picking up, although you have to fight for it. There's a lot of competition in your industry, especially to get the offer. There's a lot of competition to get the contract. There's a lot of competition to get the position, to get the, how do you say, the role, to get the, the gig, whatever. Like it's really, it's arduous. And this, whatever you're going for, is really, like I see this pentacle very, very shiny, like you really want it. You know what I mean? It's funny because the page is holding the pentacle here, right? I'm starting to get another storyline. It's especially here. June, July, August. It's starting to come as look at that. Here's like one offer that you're not getting. Like it's wrapping up, like it was given to someone else, right? Like you didn't get it, so it wraps up for you. Like it closes down, the opportunity closes down. Here in July, same thing. You're full of potential here. You're super good great contestant, or candidate, I should say. And here you don't get the offer. And then here there's another like amazing offer, lots of competition. And the offer here in September, you don't get either. It's being offered, whatever's offered is not going to pan out. So you probably work in an environment, in an industry, or whatever line of work it is that is based on always submitting your candidacy, or your, I don't know, like it could be so many things. It could be, you would find that mostly maybe in artistic fields, but it could be any industry, anything really. But it implies that you have to bid, or you have to, even in finance. I mean, even just a client offering their product, sometimes you offer your bid, you have more than one company providing quotes. This is what it feels like. It's like quoting on something and not getting getting the contract. It's really interesting. And maybe that's what happened. No, this is a different energy here on this one. But it's really strange. Okay, here's what I'm seeing. This is talking about a relationship here, like at the beginning, the first 3 months. Here is like it's funny because I think that what I'm seeing here for May with the Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, etc. I think that whatever you bid on in May, you got. So this is one project you got. That's why I mentioned there was hope. I mean, at first I couldn't pinpoint it, right? And now it feels like maybe you quoted on something or you applied on something and here you got it. And then it's because of the nature of your work or whatever you do, you keep doing this, and the next 4 months, unfortunately, so from June to September, even October, because you have Temperance with the 10 of Pentacles, same thing as, you're being very patient on something, and it's not solidifying per se. It's not being made manifest. So another loss. So it must be a very tough thing for people who work, on, that are not necessarily, this feels like self-employment, right? Where you have to generate your own business, and you don't often always get the contract, the bid, and eventually the money. It's really interesting. So that's one way of seeing it. But that's really it's really making sense now, so I'm not really reading it otherwise. I'm going to finish, but then I want to come back a little bit here, maybe. We'll see. I want to do too many things at once right now. November is the Two of Wands with the Eight of Cups in reverse. So it's funny, if I'm gonna apply the self-employment theory here, you're getting the bid on this one, and you're gonna get a huge bid on. You're gonna get a huge contract in December. Okay, you have the Queen of Pentacles with the Sun. So this is the month where you get a huge break. Huge. This is like it compensates for all these attempts, right? Where you either get small results like here or none at all. This is like a big one, or the big one, or it's big. It's big, it's bright, it's very lucrative, it's solid. It might even be of a longer nature, it might sustain you for a longer period, right? Like the project might even span, I don't know, because I'm working on a hypothesis here. So maybe this thing is, I don't know, it could be so many things. I don't even want to give examples, but this one would last longer. I don't know how to put it, right? Like maybe a longer contract instead of a short-term contract, like a long-term contract, just to give you an idea of what I'm sensing. And so to go back, November was also an opportunity you really wanted. And since you're not walking away from it, I sense that you would be, it's showing signs of you did get this one as well. I also want to point out that the fact that you have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and it's telling us that you're not walking away. It does speak to your resilience, right? Especially if you're going through these cycles. I mean, you keep hoping, you keep dreaming, and you keep that vision alive, and you don't walk away from that. You know, you don't walk from, how do you say? Just like here, you don't let yourself down, you know. Here I did mention the fact that you alleviated your load, but it's also like not letting yourself down. And the reason I'm saying this is that I was saying that this page was helping this guy by alleviating his weight. So it's like helping yourself. Do you know what I'm getting at? But I mean, just want to point out another thing, okay, about especially the base cards. They're so positive, okay? They're so positive. They're all good. Like they're all beautiful cards, and they, you know, it's really interesting because you have 2 queens. You have 2 pages. Where am I getting at with that? I'm not sure where I want to get with that idea. That's really interesting. When I lose my train of thought like that, it makes me wonder. You're probably saying, what the hell? That's how intuition works sometimes. You know, if you forget something, there's a reason. So let me move on, but there was something there. It's funny because it's not the first time I'm forgetting my trail of thought in this reading, so that's an interesting thing. I know what it is. I was seeing the youthfulness, right? I was seeing the Fool, the 2 pages, the Sun card. There's something, I mean, the Queens, I brought them in because, you know, but I was looking at the base cards, so I wanted to show you that there's youthfulness, there's like newness, there's fresh, so, you know, to sustain this kind of up and down when you know, when you try to make a living and whatnot, like it takes this kind of the, you know, like the young child, you know, he walks, he falls, he, you know, he gets back up, you know, it's this kind of attitude of never giving up, because it's not even crossing your mind. It's not even an option. It's just like, yeah, that's what I wanted to get at. And then I think the Queens, I don't know. The Queens are not kings, right? So there's a bit more maturity there, but there's still, you know, I don't know. It's a little bit of that idea that they're not jaded. You know, kings might be jaded by this kind of thing. And maybe this is what's happening here. This is really interesting that I got there, because the 2 kings in reverse at the beginning, especially with the 7 of Swords, you know, these kings are jaded, like they're not, it's funny, but that was more like a love situation. It's interesting, but who knows, maybe not, you know, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, maybe it was, but you know what I'm getting at, it's like, So kings would not maybe tolerate to feel this instability of having the ebbs and flow of a self-employed situation, like contractual, right? Whereas the queens have more flexibilities, and the pages even more, and the fool, he's all in. That's what I'm trying to. Finally, I was able to express it. I laugh at myself, right? Just, more than anything. So big highlight. I'm not going to go back on the less pleasant energy from the beginning. No need to focus on this. I really want you to focus on this. I don't know what you do for a living, but I can tell you something. You're getting your lucky break by the end of 2022. It's a promise. If that's even possible to promise, but you know what I mean. So it's a beautiful reading. It's interesting. It was very revealing about how you operate in the world, and the kind of basically sort of modus operandi, how do you say in English? In French we say modus operandi, which is Latin, right? But I mean, anyway, let me end this. I'll see you soon. Bye.